Mission 5, Heavy Metal. The train for this run consists of heavy shipments of metal being moved from the Kreuztal yard. The weather is deteriorating, so climb aboard and get going as soon as possible. So, gosh, it really is dark today. Hey guys! The flashlight was already on, fair enough. So, hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dubstar Games Train Sim World. So, yes, Heavy Metal, the final mission of the Ruhr Sieg Line, and also meant to be the harshest of them all. It really is a difficult mission, according to those that have played this. So, let's out the train, and we shall get ourselves ready to go momentarily. 15 minutes this route is today. Well, I know me, I'll probably get like about 40. I mean, I don't exactly follow the speed limit 100% of the time, but hey, what can I do? So, let's see, we'll get the aircraft, we'll get the train set up, and ready to go. Brakes of charge, move that to forward, brakes into full service, brake handle back into 1B, set the pantograph up, close the circuit breaker, activate the lights, set the lights to bright, since we are definitely going to need bright lights today. It really is a horrible day to drive. Thinking the parts when ready, so brakes we will release. RFB. What was the AFB controls again? I keep forgetting this every time. So there we go. Shift Y. So set the speed to the speed limits and increase the throttle to the max. And then AFB I can then set depending on the actual speed as well, because it is raining track, so wheel slippage will be a thing. And if it's anything like last time, I expect the speed to actually be 10 kilometers an hour or so less than the actual speed we'll be travelling. But yeah, like I said, the last route on the Ruhr Sieg Line bring to an end. What has been a rather fun route to drive. Like I said, I have enjoyed this one. It's been a joy to drive up and down. It'll be quite sad to see this one end. But as always, I'll be playing this one on my free time. I mean, the routes I still play a lot of my free time is the Great Western Main Line, the Rapid Transit routes. West Somerset Railway I sometimes find a bit slow, so if I want something older, then I'll use it. But it's a bit of a slow line for me, not my go-to. And North East Corridor, the New York one, I'm sorry, it just isn't my kind of route. I mean, I'm not exactly the biggest American train fan, but for the most part, it's just not my go-to. It's just not my go-to. Bring about that to 40. Slow the train down a tiny bit, so it's going a little bit too fast. There we go. Oh, it's up to 120 now, so that can go all the way up now. So, let's increase the speeds and see what we need to do. So it's 2.9 kilometers to Let Martha. I assume we may have to like have a return journey or something, because surely it's going to be a 50-minute route. But you never know. I mean, it's pitch black outside. It genuinely is. Hang on, let's see if I can. Yeah, high beam's not actually doing anything. Even from the outside. Have a quick whoops. No, let's do that. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing to look at from the outside view. I can go for on the lights side of the road, it's like on the train. It's actually almost ghastly right now. It's terrible weather. Not much to look at right now. The few times I actually have any light this entire journey. Go back inside our train. A bit fast now, so we'll slow the speed. Low speed limit a bit. Introduce a bit of electric braking. Goes up again. Yeah, speed limit here is very varied right now. There will be constant changing of the RFB. Yes, I'm down again. Due to points, I'll presume. Though I don't actually know why I'm slowing down right now. It's just speed limit changed for whatever reason. Don't stop. Oh, okay, that's why actually we are stopping. So just quickly just full braking. Just so I can actually slow down and stop in time. AFB, I'm going to quickly deactivate. Oops, not exactly how I wanted to do it, but yeah, it was not exactly a great moment of that. Absolutely terrible driving for myself, that was. Right, release the brakes, and we'll go going again. So release the direct brake, and increase the throttle again. I hope I haven't broken the train by doing that. Electric brakes release, release, passengers, that's fine. Passengers, our right train does serve passengers, not in this part of the route. Okay, RFB, so we turn that off, and then increase the throttle manually. Now we should be going, there we go, that's better. So we need to stop in 668 meters. So I don't want to be going too fast, but likewise 600 meters, we have a little bit left to go. So we shall just continue that for a short bit. I think about 30. Go up to 40, go to line speed. That should do us fine. So 500 meters we need to stop. Not sure if we get any indication of where we need to stop other than just before the red signal. So that we need to keep an eye out for. It's not going to be very visible. We can see some red signals to the side there, but nothing that really makes this easy to look out of. In fact, I could probably do well with the wipers turned on. Wipers are... oh, the wipers. Not overhead, are they? Need to pay attention that we are about to slow down and stop. Right, I'll deal with wipers in a moment or two. Just starts braking, so I should use the train brake for this one. There we go. Okay, so it's a bit short, but the mission will continue like this. Right, a train up ahead has run into difficulty, so to minimise disruption will be routed around it via Plettenberg. Okay, so does that mean now we need to request to pass at Reds? Stop location, Kreuztal. Denied, no route available. Okay, so what are we doing now? We need to continue, which means I'm assuming he's waiting for the train to pass. You, and then we'll be stuck behind you for the rest of the journey. Okay, that makes sense. Until you have to be stopped behind the stopping train for the majority of the routes. But unfortunately, there is nothing we can do about that. So make sure everything is released. Now, I do need to pay a lot of attention right now. Make sure we don't miss any of these signals, because it means there is now a train in the block just ahead of us, with a few more stations and routes for him to stop at. Yeah, right now it really is horrible weather. It really isn't fun right now to drive in. So fingers crossed this journey should be alright. We should survive it. Make sure the throttle still works, so edge the train close to that red signal, but not at too high speeds. Nope, I'll just use a map. That one's reds. The next one's reds. These signals aren't changing right now. Proceed to restrict speed. Okay, there we go. So try and adjust RFB so it actually appears. It's not exactly there we go, now it's working. So set up to the speed of limits right now. Throttle max, and they're trying to now find these wipers. Where were they again? They were not somewhere you'd expect them to be, weren't they? Wipers, there we go, down here. So if I set them onto on, we'll constantly run. There we go, train ahead of us is now gaining some distance, which means we don't have to slow down or stop for the first couple of kilometres. Yeah, 1.5 kilometres to a green signal, so we've got a little bit of distance to run down. But if we are going to cruise south via Flessenberg, then it does mean that we will need to be, I'm guessing we're taking the passenger line actually through, instead of the normal cargo line. Although that, we'll see how that happens. Either way, we've got half an hour to go. Not half an hour, sorry, 30 kilometres, not quite sure why I said half an hour. We've got at least 40 minutes going to the original mission time. Just looking out the window right now into the darkness of the German night. Really isn't much to look at right now. Fingers crossed this journey doesn't cause too much hecticness to come out, because again, like I said at the start, a lot of people do find this mission difficult. This is not an easy mission by any means, so let's see how well we can survive this one. Like I said, last route on the Ruhr Sieg Line as well, so quite a sad one. Now we need to bring the series to an end, and it's been one that I've enjoyed. The missions, they're different. I talked about in the last DLC pack that some of the missions are quite repetitive, but the last two missions, these ones where you had the different weather effects, like causing different issues on the line, these missions are different. They're a bit more varied. You've actually got a lot more going on right now, and plus there is a tiny little narrative as well into it. So the last mission, it was the first mission was like bright, sunny, clear skies, whatever. And as it went on, the weather kind of got worse and worse and worse. So 2 weeks ago was the like grey skies, quite damp weather. Last week was just a storm, track lines closed, everything going wrong. And today's mission is, yeah, pitch black, no lights, no idea what's going on. I'm now stuck behind the train, which I'm not sure how far it is ahead of me. And as a mission, it's a whole different setup. Quite an interesting one to drive through. So we've got a bit more of a narrative going on in these. It'll be interesting to see what the future packs will come with, what missions we'll be seeing in the long run. And again, it's nice to have a proper double-decker train as well in this simulator, something that we can actually go in and explore as well. None of the I mean, you got the same train in the train simulator game, but again, as always, with train sim worlds, when it comes to physics, yes, there are some arguments to say that these trains are worse. When it comes to detailing of systems and actually going around these carriages and whatnot, train sim world is the higher quality model, at least visual model. Again, physics model, you can always question that, but I've never driven a train before. But yeah, for the most part, the visual models in train sim world, they are phenomenal. They are phenomenal. Always a lot of fun to drive. Alright, speed limit has gone down, so we'll lower the RF bit to 85. Because as I said, the wheel slippage thing has come into action. We're not quite going to make the speed that we're setting on the console right now. RFB, by the way, is the little yellow diamond on the speedometer right there. So if I increased it, where is it? There it is. So increase it, diamond moves. Decrease it, diamond moves. So that's where the train is aiming for. Set back to 85, that'll do. Also in a tunnel now. First time of this route I'm not actually going to steal any rain. So next signal is red in a kilometre. So we'll now start to slow the train down. Hope that at least goes yellow before the next point. There we go, do desert now. Let's be braking, comes train to a halt, and RF bit I'll deal with in a second as well. So throttle down, slow train down. I hope that doesn't mean I have to reset RF bit, but there we go. Train will now increase the speed again, and we'll be up to 30. So I do need to remember that the braking this train is slightly sluggish. No, it's not as quick as I sometimes think of it as. Are we just rolling now, so slightly downhill? No, there we go. We are getting some speed. It's just wheel slippage. I'm thinking is causing the havoc right now on that dial. But yes, if you like your doom and gloom, this mission really has it for you. Not fun driving at all. So nice and slowly, use the map just to scout ahead for the train. We are going southbound, are we? Yes. Where are you? The trains? No, it's not a train station. It's a tunnel, sorry, bridge section even. Where is the next stations? Because I'm a freight train, it's not marking it out for me, so it's not something I'm going to see too much of. Yeah, you are stationary at a station. You'll be leaving shortly. There's the red signal. So in a moment, I will now set that down to 0. Slow train down for the signal, fingers crossed, as the electric brake will be taking into action. There we go. And then any other braking I can use manual braking just to assist with it. Right, so train now comes to a halt. Very sluggishly comes to a halt, I have to say. Signal's green now, so we can increase the speed again of RF bit. I like saying that, RF bit, RF bit. I mean, it's AFB for the normal person, but when you actually click the switch, it does actually call it out as it is. So no, it's AFB, RF bit, you decide, I don't care. Right, so we'll continue our journey now. Go 2 kilometers for another red signal. So you don't again actually need to be going up to full speed because the train in front of us really is limiting how far we can go. No more speeds. Right, 2 kilometers for the next signal. Speed shouldn't change too much. In fact, if I bring that back down to 80, now the train goes to its current speed, which will be more than enough for this part of the line. Go, yellow signal. Speed's gone down as well, so we'll slow the train speed now. In fact, we'll use a light amount of braking, the train brake, just to start with the braking of this procedure. There we go. The AFB, it's actually, I think it's interfering with the actual throttle, so if we just drive this manually now for the rest of the service, there you go, it's a green signal now, so yeah, I think at this point we will just drive manually. The AFB is now interfering with our braking, so it's not so much something that we probably should require. So the throttle as well, tiny bits, since our wheels are slipping like crazy. We're not actually getting any speed right now. We'll get us up to 5 kilometers per hour before we increase it to around the 70s. Get to 10, and then we'll maximise the throttle. And that'll be as good as a launch as we're going to get in this drone. Perfect. And you can now see the green signal just ahead of us, so we are basically just about on time with our signalling at this point in the journey. Just whether or not we can get to Krutzal in about 20 minutes, we'll have to see. 25 kilometers, 20 minutes, normally should be alright, but the amount of braking we're going to have to do in this journey. And actually, yeah, what does the map say about... Sorry, no, the crossover's at the north bit, so actually no, we are stuck on a single line all the way down to the south. In fact, normally we stop over here at this train station, but because we are the freight train, we actually continue further south than normal, so it's actually a new bit of the route we haven't seen yet, which we'll be able to stop at. It should be quite interesting to look at. A whole new part of the map. Right, stop the throttles before we start going too fast. In fact, we probably want to be going a bit slower than the speed limit this time. There we go. There we go, that's about right. 75 on our idle throttle. That train continues its momentum. Going uphill slightly, so actually we'll probably put a bit of power and just keep the train going. A little steeper as well, need to take that into account. Hopefully the passenger train in front of us will soon be at the long stretch track, which means yeah, he's now moving, so he's left the station. His next station will be about... Yeah, my signal's now green, so should be a clear route now, because he actually has gained some distance. There he is, so he'll be stopping... Oh, is he coming to the end of the line himself now? No, he's not, sorry. He's got one more station before coming to the end of the line. So actually, right now's a bit of a good moment for us, because it means we have got plenty of distance we can cover before needing to slow down and stop once more. Worth using this again, just in case. Obviously be down at neutral, but I can actually use it. There we go. Right, so if we use that for now then, since we won't stop for a little while, saves me from having to put too much attention onto the throttle and more concentration on the actual line itself. Go. So signal's green, next one's fingers crossed green, no, it's red and 3 kilometers, so there's a good chance that will change anyway by the time we reach it. So at 1 kilometer we'll just do a bit of heavy braking, just in case we need to slow down. There we go, it's gone green. So yeah, relatively we've got a long stretch track now, but we do need to think about slowing down. 79 kilometers per hour, that is perfect for bit of track, top speed of 80, so we're not going to go too fast speeding. Have I just jinxed that? Yes, I have. We are now speeding. So yes, we'll go a little bit faster than the speed limit then, but we won't go too much faster. Just getting down to the fact that the track is wet, wheel slippage is a thing. So the train should be managing that no problem. It's in the yellow, not the red, so it's not like too terrible doing right now. And yeah, so we'll carry on. I like jinxing this, don't I? Right, down to 80 again, and we should soon be coming towards the next signal. They go 1.7 kilometers. Again, looking out the window, not much to look at, but You never know, you could be expecting just like a train ahead of you, or like a tree's falling down the tracks again. You just don't know what you're going to see in this line, because it really is just a very different kind of mission to anything I've ever used before in Train Simulator. It really is just and you can't even see the track at this point. The track really is like a separate entity you just can't see. For all I know, we're not even on tracks right now, we are just on the grounds, but so the frame's got 30 FPS on it now, so it's not too bad frame rate wise either. There's just so much in this mission, it's a lot to think about. Next signal will be red momentarily, but we'll change screen shortly. And we'll check the next station as well, just in case our train has actually come to a stop. Yeah, it's still green, not yellow. 2 kilometers to the next signal. Train station, train is stationary, so actually we will need to stop in 2 kilometers. A little bit left track to go, shouldn't be a problem. So we'll turn off the system now. That goes to 0. That goes to 0. And we'll keep it at 77 kilometers per hour. And slow down ever so slightly on this uphill stretch of track. Just give train in front a chance to gain some distance again. I mean, he's only got 1 more stop left to go, whilst I am still slightly further behind him on the line. So, yeah, he's got 1 more stop. By then, track will clear up. And then the final stretch, I'll be able to go through without any issues whatsoever. So that one's just turned green, which means next signal is yellow. So after that, so that means he's actually departing station. That I can keep in mind. So that's go yellow. Station signal will be red. You actually have to stop at the station, which is fun. Give the door controls actually a go on the platform. It'd be rather interesting. See if it actually opens like the metal wagons where we're carrying. Was it metal? Yes, I'm sure it was metal we're carrying. Just shame we can't exactly see them right now. So 1 kilometre for a red signal, 122 kilometres to the station. Only 18 kilometres left for us to actually go. We'll bring this route to an end. Alright, let's set the braking up. Again, remember that this is a bit of an excessive brake, but that is fine. So brake is released. The train will come to a halt. Bearing in mind, nope. Train did come to a halt. And this brake on this train is actually rather amazing. It really is that strong in real life. So reset the throttle again, and that will now allow us to go full. Sorry, it needs to go for a lower throttle setting since the rain is going to affect our acceleration. Actually, I'm quite concerned now the train's actually not moving at all. There you go. Very slowly but surely. Way to start accelerating. Press the yeah, pressing the high beam on button actually reduces the beam because it's just that little visibility. Cool. So next signal's green. Train is out of our way now. Hopefully, when he does come into the final station, he will have... See, there he is now, just on the map. Hopefully, by the time he gets to this next station, he'll be taking a different track. On a different platform, yeah. Why are people standing outside in the rain? Go stand inside the shelter where it's a little drier. Come on, guys. so another 3 kilometres for red signal. As last time, we shall go to about 1 kilometre before we do start to slow down. Because we have now left the valley bit of the map, which means our speed limit does go up to 110 kilometres per hour as opposed to the limited 80-90 had for a bit. I will say though, slightly disappointed we never actually really got to drive the 38 DB, that was a DBR, yeah, it feels like the 38 whatever it was, but either way, we never really got to drive the actual driver car of the double-decker train too much. In fact, I don't think there was a single scenario using it, which is a bit of a shame, because that was my favourite locomotive in this mission pack, the old Soviet beauty of a train. So that was a bit of a shame, never really got to run. But otherwise, like I said, the missions were varied, they did tell us narrative, and they were rather fun. So if I'm now going to list out all the DLC packs from my favourites to my least favourites, including the original CSX, then top favourite will be Great Western Main Line. I'm sorry, that will never change unless we got something more local to me, I guess. We'll see. So yeah, Great Western Main Line. Then it goes Rapid Transit. Then this. Again, I do love the Ruhr Sieg Line. Then it will be the West Somerset Railway. Then it would be New York. And then it would be CSX Heavy Haul. Again, I've only ever completed like one route on that, and I was doing a live stream. Even half through that stream, it just lags out like crazy. Could not do anything for a while, so yeah, CSX was never really it was a good introduction, I guess, but it really kind of just wasn't fitting. It wasn't fitting. And the trains are nice, the map's decent, but it just doesn't. It's not the most popular route in the world. So throttle. Yes, do the AFD then. So set that up. Somehow, there we go, and the throttle goes up, which I'll now use the throttle to keep train up to speed. So yeah, 11 kilometres to go, now coming up to within 10 kilometres for the end of the route. That's the point of the map that really starts to become a little bit easier for us. Do I need to change this bit? Yeah, leave it at 1:15. So yeah, coming up to the very final now, passing the route. The passenger train in front of us should now actually be arriving at his final destination. I know he already has. He already has, so we'll now be on our own for the rest of the journey. So he'll be passing by on our right. Keep an eye out for him as he now gets to the main train station. Reach the southern train station, just part of the map. The no, not Hagen, it's Finnentrop this one. So yeah, about to pass through Finnentrop. There you go, you can see his tail lights now. That's just been one of the many red sets of lights just in the distance. There we go. So he's now on our right hand side. And at this point we are now free to continue the rest of the route without any of the trains in our way. So again, the signals option has now disappeared, since there are now no more signals for us to follow. slow down, so we're about to hit a set of points at very high speeds. So I'm about to hit points, I'm actually quite sure. Maybe it's just a bit of speed for this part of the route, I'm not quite sure. Again, we've not actually ever really been on this track. I mean, this is just a whole new section to explore, 10 kilometres long, which gets us right down to the end of the route. So 8.3 kilometres to go before we arrived at Kreuztal, sorry, get the T. Right, so yeah, that meant that there is a set of points coming up, with the 2 light slants into the right. So bring train down to speed now. That'll get us to the speed limits. Yeah, I don't think we'll be looking at any more of the signals for the rest of the route now. You'll see a few lights here and there, but for the most part we should be following our own track now. If I go to the outside view again, we're now on the now on the left track. So yeah, on the correct side finally. I'm guessing the train now stuck behind the fallen tree. The reason, because we actually gone the wrong track for the part. No, actually this is technically. Will this be the wrong track? I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking how German track layout is. We have now switched sides. So before on the right hand side, now on the left. At some point, I'm guessing maybe the fallen tree wasn't cleared up in time or something. So as a result, we're now actually driving servicing the wrong portion of the track for a short while. But no, I'm not actually quite sure how the track layout in Germany still works properly. Something I will have a look into at some point. But anyways, now coming up to 6 kilometres. And that will then bring us, like I said, bring us to an end of our Ruhr Sieg line. But this map, the freight lines again, freight lines aren't my go-to. I do like my passenger services, my stopping services, they give you a bit more to do, a bit more to think about. But no, for a certainty, I'll definitely be driving the passenger train, a lot more double-decker one. I do love that locomotive. The Doppelstockwagen is a fun train to drive, especially from the old car ends, the actual locomotive car. Passenger car ends, I don't know, it's not my kind of go-to for it, but the actual locomotive end for that train, I do like that. Was it 38 or 48? I'm not quite sure, but either way, the locomotive on that end is a fantastic train to drive. I do love it. I love its old style to it. The IFB is so well implemented. I love that train, so that will probably be my main locomotive in the future when it comes to this route. But I will give the others a go. I will be driving around. Maybe it would be fun to see if I can actually go into a free scenario mode, get one of these trains, actually switch the cab out. That would be quite fun to look into. Hey, that's for the long run. There'll be passenger cars in the middle of that setup right there. Sure as well looks like it. So train is almost down to speed again. Yeah, 4 kilometers to go. So I guess at this point, let's just talk about the route, look back at it, and anyway, give a final judgment to it as such. Because like I said, this has been a fun route. The trains are fantastic. The scenery is phenomenal. This is probably the best looking route that we're going to have released so far for Train Sim World. And yeah, it just really is a fantastic route. It's probably one of the must-haves, I'm going to say, if you're going to look for different routes you want. Yeah, Northeast Corridor, you can forget about that. Northeast Corridor probably isn't worth your time. I'm sorry if you guys liked that one, and if you like it, well, I'm not going to stop you from buying it, but for me personally, Northeast Corridor just really isn't the best route in the world. It felt kind of rushed towards the end of it, and remember, they did release that without any freight train services and whatnot, so yeah, for me personally, Northeast Corridor isn't the best route in the world. But when you look at this one, in comparison, I mean, it's twice the length, so much more detail, the map looks fantastic. You can actually see it in the map right now, which is a rather bleak moment in this map, but overall, like I said, the scenery is great. The trains, they look fantastic, they feel fantastic. I absolutely love the trains they have in this route. Especially the double Stockwagen, I keep on saying it, but it just is a phenomenal train to drive. And it's double decker. How awesome is that? Especially for a non-German. I mean, of course I have to bring it back again, because how can I not finish off this route without mentioning Finland again? And just how close for me personally it's like kind of route it is. I mean, again, it's not exactly Finland, again, it's Germany, but for me, it's just one of those routes that it just feels right. It feels right, it looks great. And I'm sure, especially if you lived in Germany, this route will probably be like an exact representation of what you'd expect to find. So, for the most part, I'm going to miss making videos for this route. I'm definitely going to live stream them more, of course. For those who don't know my channel, I've got one channel on Twitch, which is worth a follow if you want to see more like live streams and whatnot of this simulator. But, she links that in the description as well, I believe. But, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a shame to not do any more proper videos on this train line. And then, like I said, we've got, stuff to mention, they have 3 routes in development right now, 3 of them. They won't say which ones, not even to me. I'm the one who, like I said, basically is the only person still doing videos on this on such an often basis. But I'm quite sure that whatever Dovetail Games have planned, it'll be quite interesting. Right, AFB off. Starts those trains down. I'm a little concerned by the actual speed of approaching that red signal. Alright, that's much better now. As you know, these brakes are so overpowered. These brakes really are too much sometimes for this train. Oh well, we won't have to deal with that anymore, so I'm going to throttle back up again. Please? We haven't broken the train. Come on. Come on. Come on, Loco. You can do it. Right, engine has powered down. There we go. That's better. So bring the train up to the stopping location in 650 meters. And then we'll be able to bring this one to an end. Again, I keep overdoing the brakes. I'm like slowing down too late, which causes me to like panic almost, and it just leads us to stopping so short. But yeah, I'll carry on, and then bring this to an end. And hopefully, I mean, like I said, this will be the last Ruhr Sieg Line video. So Mondays will be back in empty, without any other content. And fingers crossed, maybe I'll talk to the guy I was flying with on Sunday, so we can get another flight sim, because for those who didn't watch that video, basically my channel being flight sim, very flight sim oriented, on Sunday we tried to do a flight in a real aircraft, the microlight Icarus C-42. Unfortunately, due to winds, we had to abort takeoff on the runway, so that was a slight mishap. But other than that, for the most part, that'll be something a bit more fun to look into. Again, that's more flight sim oriented. Train sim wise, we'll have to wait for the next DLC to release before we do any more real train sim content. So, let's bring the train to a halt. And let's end this mission here. Seriously, every time you get to the end of a Train Sim World series, I try to do something cool, I try and end it in a nice way, and of course the sim would just have to jinx that almost, ruin it for me. Right, let's move forward a bit. There's a bit of wheel slippage there, slow the throttle. Let's train forward again, and then try and bring it to the end of the route. I assume this train actually wants to run. That is quite concerning now. It's on an uphill bit of track. Wet weather. Come on, just Loco, just force yourself up there. Force yourself up the hill. Okay, ball slippage is fine. I just want to get you up. There we go. And stop. Right, surely this must be the right place. There we go. Right, let's see what they say. We are hearing reports of disruption further up the line. As soon as we know more, you will be advised. Okay. Waits for 1 minute. And just sit here. Are you telling me that your final bit of this mission is just to sit here and wait for a minute for nothing? mean, there's nowhere for us to go. This is the end of the map. Unless we actually continue into this depot here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There you go. Line ahead has become blocked, so it's going to be necessary to stop in the yard at Filantrop until we can continue the route onwards to Kreuztal. Okay. So we're going to go 1.3 kilometers. So actually not the end of the route yet. We ended that a bit early. Alright, so let the brakes release. Let's get some power in to finish off the route. And this time we are now going to finish it in the yard. Right, so power in. Come on, train. Get some power in, please. Alright, try and force it up. Again, wheel slippage is going to be a factor in why train will accelerate so fast, but it really is required at this point just to get any sort of movement in the train. There we go, not fast acceleration, but this will do for me. There we go, 1.3 kilometers to Filantrop 13, 1.3 kilometers to the red signal. So that should take us a couple of moments to get to the end of the line. So, it looks like a storm can bring down the German efficiency of a railway. What a shame indeed. Slow ourselves down a bit, so we are now going to enter a yard and therefore switch to some points. Try not to go too fast either, although actually there is a slight distance between the red signal and the end of the line. No, train, do not slow down, please. Oh, actually used the brakes efficiently for once and did not slow the train down to a complete halt. Mother, take a photo. I've actually done something correct for once. Just another 600 meters to go anyway, so a little bit more throttle. Just get the train going a bit more. Although we don't need the full 50 kilometers an hour speed limit. That may actually be 45 rather than 50. Anyways, 500 meters to go. And 500 meters left on the Filantrop to Hagen, Ruhr Sieg Line, sorry again. I'm never going to get any of these route names right. Again, just the pitch darkness of the night. Locomotive basically not visible at all from the position. Right, so the end of the train stopping marker bit is now visible. Yeah, we just got to get the train to the end of that. Also a good idea to see how long the train is actually. 270, no, about 260 meters long this train is. Yeah, you can just about see the red signal now distance as well. What are we stopping in front of? Slowly but surely our train will reach the end of that. Probably could have actually put a bit more speed in there, not gonna lie, but a little bit of throttle, just get it up to 25 I'd say. We've got that now, so we are getting quite close. So brake will be set, and then we'll be ending the series there. Not quite at the last place we stopped at. A little more go, there we go, full braking. Train to our halt. And there we have it, objective complete. So, well, we're going to end this one. Pod locomotive, set the master switch to off and parking brakes are on. So that goes to off. That comes, no, on the set, there we go. Deactivate the lights. So I'm going to turn the lights off here. I'm not going to like sit and wait for the weather to improve a bit. Apologies for the delay. As soon as we know more, we'll let you know. So, are we disembarking here, or are we ending it from the seats? We are, yep, disembarking. Climb out from the train. To be fair, in weather like this, do you really want to be disembarking the train? I mean, I'm quite happy to have my break inside the locomotive, to be totally honest. Especially in this darkness, you don't quite know what's about to come around the corner. If another train's about to speed without its lights on. Let's head to that door. And look back at where I think the locomotive is, although I actually don't see it. No, what's the stand? Is that it? Yes, it is. And that's the end of the mission. So, heavy metal from Hohenlimburg to Finnentrop. 50 minutes, 51 seconds, 44.818 kilometers driven, 54.94 meters walked. And that's our score for day 6560. So, yeah, that was Train Sim World Ruhr Sieg Line from Hagen to Finnentrop. A very fun route, very fun missions. It's up there my favourites. It's up there my favourites. It's a rather nice route to have. And I do very much recommend. So, yeah, I think that now brings us to the end of our Train Sim World series. And until next time, when next DLC does release, that will be that from me. Like I said, I'll do a few more live streams here and there, but we'll see what time gives me, because I am very busy in the real world. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, do subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.